Yeah, so I got all these ideas and songs, and I want to wreck as many songs as I can and make them about the eyes as possible. So I'm thinking, and I've got all these things, and I'm like, wait a sec, Eyes Eyes Baby was a hit. Everyone loved it. We had a fun time making it. Why don't we do a second one? So I got this idea that we would do Eyes Eyes Baby Part 2, and that we would kind of expand on that third verse where we talk about the 40 or 50 people that wear our frames. And so I took the idea and I pitched it to Barrett, and he was funny. He's just like, "What's next? Eyes Eyes Baby Part 7?" I mean, he was a little skeptical at first, but it was I thought it would be a cool idea.
So Andrew and I were discussing different ideas, trying to come up with something fresh for our new video. And Andrew says, "Oh, I got it. Eyes Eyes Baby Part 2. I'm like, oh my goodness, here we go. We're going to beat a dead horse.
So putting all those people together and making everything fit together was just so much fun. It took a while to get everything linked up perfectly, and I thought that I had it. And so I kind of recorded this rough draft of what it would sound like. Barrett was a little skeptical, so I wanted him to hear what I had in mind. So I recorded this rough draft, and I let him hear the finished the rough draft of it.
So Andrew let me hear the rough draft of the song, and I mean, he's excellent, writes excellent lyrics, just did a great job with it. So, but as we're listening to it, there's a line, and it says, it's talking about who wears our glasses. It says, when Superman wears them, he is content. And I thought that Andrew messed up the vocals. I said, no, what? It's supposed to say he is Clark Kent. And Andrew was like, duh. And so I was pumped because now I get writing credit. It says lyrics, Andrew May and Barrett Martin for my two little words, Clark Kent. I love it.
So then there's this line that says Isaac Newton needs him to invent, and when Superman has him, he is content. And I let Barrett hear this, and he's like, "What do you mean? You missed the obvious." And I was like, I couldn't believe it. How could I miss Superman is Clark Kent? It rhymes perfectly with invent. That was a major. So hey, I deserve what I got there. He did a great job spotting that obvious one. So.
Oh,
yeah, so we were trying to think of how we could do this in a way that it would be fun. We'd like to be able to be seen and be silly and crazy, but also have the pictures of all these different, I mean, there's like 60, 70 people that we mentioned. So we got this idea of putting like a little inset video up on the right hand of the screen or whatever, and then we would be over here doing the just rapping and then doing other things, and it just worked out great because I think a lot of people really liked seeing the pictures of those people in that first one, but we didn't want the whole video to be like that because it was so, I mean, that's all it was, the majority of it. So I thought that was a cool idea.
We are limited in that we usually shoot these videos in either our Fuquay office or our Garner office. So there's not but so many scenes or different things that you can do. So we're trying to be creative. And last on the part one, Eyes Eyes Baby, the very end, Andrew had a lot of pictures that would pop up of different characters or people that wore our glasses. So this time I was thinking, why not have the picture there, but also I could be acting out some part of that maybe would remind people of that particular character.
So the third verse is the longest one with the most references. It took us a lot of practice to get that, because we're not only having all these other references and Barrett has to remember who he is that he has to act out, but we're walking through Johnson Optometric. We go almost the whole full circle around the building. And the first two takes were a disaster. We were dropping frames, we were missing people, we were, it just wasn't working. And then we said, we were running out of time one day, and we said, let's try it again. And it was perfect. I mean, it was just awesome. We got done and we're like, that was it. And we didn't even need to look at it to know we had it. And I think it could have taken a lot of time to get it perfect. you know, if we had just missed one thing or whatever. So that was nice that we had that. That was epic. It was good.
Our staff have been great throughout these last couple of years when Andrew and I have been doing these videos. We're constantly needing dancers or extra, you know, patients that are behind the equipment and everything. So they've been wonderful. But this is so funny working with a lot of our staff because we're getting them and they're probably busy. It's during lunch break or something like that. And so it usually takes several takes to get things right, but we always have a good laugh. The Eyes Baby dance is one of our best so far. It's pretty simple. Everybody can do it. Eyes Baby. So that's pretty. You got to keep things simple when you got as many people as we have, patients and staff members in the videos. You got to keep it simple.
Gonna check your eyes, baby. Every day, your eyes, baby. Stop it.
Too slow.
Oh,
I gotta be faster.
Are we still supposed to be rocking though?
Y'all were doing. Just get the
Oh
next
shoot,
one.
I'm
Get the
sorry.
next one. Get the next one.
Oh, I missed it. Stop. Shoot.
Get the next one. The older doctors are great. They have really, well, at first, when we first started making these videos, some of them I'm sure were a little bit skeptical, but once our patients would come in the office and really enjoyed our videos, then they want to get involved too. They want to be a part of it. And that's a blast too, because typically it takes a few takes to get it right, and there's sure to be some laughs in there because the rhythm is a little tough sometimes. Not many of the doctors, in fact, I don't think any of them have ever heard rap music, and so it's a lot of fun.
I love getting them involved. My favorite part is if you watch the video. So Bob Hammond, it was lunch or something, and we were trying to get him to get his little scene. So he had a tie on, and I said, "Well, here's a tie you can put around your head." He's like, I was like, "You could take this one off." He said, "No." So he just puts another tie. So he's wearing two ties basically. He's got a tie here and a tie here, and he just looks hilarious. All three of them are a delight to work with, but they just crack us up. We're so glad that they want to do this with us and have fun with it. It's a fun time messing around with them. Eyes, baby.
She came up like you were doing it. You came up from two, though.
I know, man.
I can't count.
Here we go.
I can't have that.
And check out my hook on my DJ revolver. That's y'all's part, and then y'all kind of keep the beat. Gonna check yours. Okay, so that's all y'all gotta do.
2 times, right? We'll.
Okay, so it'll have some words here, and it'll say, "So give us a call at Johnson Optometric and check out the hook while the DJ revolves it." And that's when y'all's eyes. That's when it. They just tell you what's needed. Give me a call.
I messed it up. Stop it. I messed it up.
So right here.
Okay, missed it.
That's right there. Okay.
Okay.
You can just keep running because I can trim the video. So it's right here. And then one star here.
That's the one we're gonna do.
Hey,
Are
are we
got it?
supposed, are we supposed to
Good.
be lip syncing along
Yeah,
to
yeah.
it?
Oh, we are?
Yeah.
Okay.
So stop and we'll start. Yeah, I love the ending. It was a great idea. I think Barrett came up with the idea that you know, that we would be being silly, rapping or whatever, and then we'd turn the ties around, we'd put them on, and we'd be serious again. We'd hold these charts, and while we were recording it, we wanted it to be as synced as possible. So we're, you know, a room apart, and so you can't see me, but I'm kind of mouthing, or I'm saying this out loud. You know, okay, get the chart, open the chart, walk in the door, so that we're just perfectly synced. I love the ending. It's probably my favorite part of the whole video.
The ending is one of my favorite parts of the video, just because it shows both aspects of Andrew and myself, where, you know, literally during lunch break, as soon as we finish our last patient for the morning, we eat our lunch as fast as we can and we start recording. And so a lot of times we are in the back, if we have a costume or whatever, we're getting back in our work clothes and getting right to the room to see patients. So it was great. I believe it was Andrew that had the idea, and that was perfect.
He thought it was my idea. I think it was his idea. I don't know.
Do I need to
Right now, you can hit record.
keep it center?
Still gonna check your eyes, baby. Pretty gonna check your eyes.
Pick up the chart, open, walk in.